Today I will be talking about why self-care is important and why you should do self-care. Especially now that the pandemic's going on and schools have been shutting down, so we have to go back home. And we don't know how students are dealing with that. Who knows that they go to college to get away from home, or it's difficult for them to do school at home because there's many problems around it. But today I'm going to be talking about why self-care is important for your everyday routine so you can stay sane. Have any of you stressed yourself out so much to the point where you just felt like giving up on everything and nothing mattered anymore? I know I have. Not gonna lie. Recently, I have been feeling down to the point I wanted to give up on everything, even my life at some point. It tends to hit harder on some people more often than others. Self care can improve your health in many ways emotionally, psychologically, and social well being. I advise you to look up into these tips to take care of your mental health because I feel like our mental health is important, especially at school with all the stress going on with our school, our family, our health, trying to make sure everyone's safe. It affects how we feel, think, and act. In this speech, I'll persuade you guys why it is important to do self-care and take care of your mental health on a daily. First, I'm going to explain the importance how it will be able to lead to mental illness, and lastly, the different techniques of self-care and how you take care of your mental health. So there have been many times in my life where I felt worthless and to the point I didn't care for my life. My depression was super bad. I didn't eat, get enough sleep, never want to go out anywhere. I just stayed home and cry and cry and cry. That was my way of coping with my problems. I know it wasn't a healthy way, but that's how I dealt with every problem I had because I didn't like to burden my problems with other people, so I decided just to keep it to myself. Then my friend told me that there's more important ways to take care of myself and more healthier ways by watching my mental health and doing some self-care. This is where I'm going to tell you the importance of doing it the healthier way. There's always so much going on in today's society. There's only so much we are able to handle. This can cause so many stresses to your mindset. It will be easy to get lost through all of it. Like work, your social life, school, family, schedule's always full of things which leaves little room for our own selves. It can be a big impact on our health. Like in an article by Caitlin Kaluti, she says, with self-care, it helps you maintain a healthy relationship with yourself, boost your self-esteem, and you start to feel self-confident and begin to have positive feelings about yourself. It helps manage the stress that you are always worrying about. That stress is no good for our bodies at all. I learned the hard way. I would constantly feel like I was going to explode, cry, and just fall into depression. It affected my digestive system, my hormones, and most importantly, my mental and emotional health, which caused me not to eat, sleep, was always sad, never happy, and always crying to the point I never got any sleep. Practicing self-care can help you get back to the person you want to be, healthy, and helps you feel amazing about yourself. It also helps you know your worth. That is important. Me personally never knew my worth. Like I said, I felt worthless most of my life. I would always pretend I am not hurting. Once I figured out my worth and doing some self-care ideas, it created so much positivity in me, but it didn't fully fix me. But it's the little steps. Helps remind myself that I am important and keeps you very motivated to keep forward in life. It helps with your stress management problems, like with school, with too much workload, or your work, like not fitting in your schoolwork in between your work, or family problems, you don't know what you're going through. In this article by Noman Navish, he says, while a little dose of stress is a healthy way to give us a nudge that we need to meet the deadlines or finish the overdue task, constant stress and anxiety can adverse effect on the mental health and physical health. So it's saying that with the stress, it can lead to positive things, but you have to make it a positive thing. Managing that stress will make life easier. Overworking yourself can make you less productive and make you emotionally exhausted. So I would say, like, make a schedule for yourself, do little by little. Don't overwork yourself too much to the point where, like, you just want to, like, give up. It is very important to watch your mental health and do self-care for yourself. Not for others, but for you, to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Now that I have told you about the importance, I will go now on how now watching your mental health can lead to mental illnesses. When I was going through it, it led me to many health problems in my life. I began to have anxiety, depression, insomnia, heart problems, started losing weight on a non-healthy way. It was so bad. I felt empty and sick every day with dark circles around my eyes. I would throw up constantly. Many would tell me how this can lead to dangerous mental illnesses. It is important you don't neglect yourself because that will cause harm for your body and not in a healthy way. You will not care for your body and start to do unhealthy behaviors like tobacco use, inappropriate use of prescription medications, not eat at all, do self harm to yourself, which I've done most of those before, and they were not good. You felt worthless, and at the point where you just didn't care how you felt or other people felt. It can lead to horrible illnesses like dementia, brain damage, depression, and psychotic disorders. Like, for example, my grandma, her husband would always cheat on her as she was younger, but she's still with him. And as she grew older, she began to have dementia and brain damage. So she doesn't remember everything like fast. She forgets really quick. On this website, Medicine Net by Melissa Conrad, she says that when you self-neglect yourself, you start not to care how you look, smell, or feel about yourself. You forget to eat healthy, forget about hygiene, change your dirty clothes, and just not care if you feel sick. I just talked to you about how not doing self-care can lead to mental illnesses. Now I will talk to you about how easy it is to do these self-care techniques. Day by day, I'm still trying to better myself to this day and do self-care for myself on a daily. From experience, it is helping me slowly get back on my feet, where I am loving myself no matter what people think of me. It does take time though, but self-care makes you feel happy. It makes you feel proud of yourself. I highly recommend everyone to start doing these self-care techniques for yourself, not for anyone else, just for you to stay happy and positive. Living healthy, like eating healthy foods, getting enough sleep, exercise regularly, working out, and avoid drugs and alcohol could be a big step. Just watching what you eat, like exercise on a daily just to be active, so you're not like just staying in your bed crying all day. That was me. Go to the doctors regularly to see how you're doing and just for checkups. Other little self-care ideas that help me improve are breathing exercises, a cup of tea herbal lemon is one of my best ones, a massage, face mask, watching funny videos, cooking, unfollow negative people and ignoring them, doing puzzles, coloring, and writing positive messages for yourself every day. The ones I always do are massaging myself with a little massager. I do face masks at night. I watch funny videos or like animal videos. They make me happy in a way. In this article by Elizabeth Scott, self-care is vital for building resilience towards the stressors in your life that you can eliminate. When you have taken steps to take care of your mind and body, you'll be better equipped to live your best life here for you. So I learned through my own personal experiences why it is important to take care of your mental health and start doing self-care on a daily just to protect yourself, from any harm or any thoughts that you may come up with. I talked to you about the importance of doing self-care, the dangers it can lead that if you don't watch your mental health, and some techniques for self-care. I hope to convince you to start doing self-care and watch your mental health. And for my visual, I found this picture online where it has 101 practices of self-care, and it gives a lot of really good ones, like buy yourself a fancy candle, or take a 10-minute work break and get outside, do some light stretching at your desk, or pay for someone's food, have a glass of your let's not say that word, do a puzzle, drink more water. Drinking water is like really good for your body, so I recommend that. So yeah, thank you. That was my speech.